right, here we go. All right, I made it. Told you I would do it, Ashley. All right. It has been too long since I've been here. I think February 2022 was the last time I was here. February and May. I don't know. Too long. A little early. Do we run into the Universal store? Yeah, let's run in. Alright, so it's mostly all Harry Potter stuff on this end. Yeah, pretty basic stuff. Oh, I see a Horror Nights sign. Let's head on down that way.
Might not have it.
Oh, here, look.
Oh, I love that sweatshirt. This is busy on this end. It's a shirt I'm wearing. Chucky shirt we saw earlier today. Sweatshirt we saw earlier today. The shirt that I'm wearing. Scare zones. It's a little too crowded for me. Let's head on out, but nothing really new that I've seen. Would have loved a tank top. All right, we are finally headed in. We are going in through the exit while everyone else goes in through the entrance. This is a special ticketed event, and this is an extra ticketed event. So we are VIPs, or RIPs, I should say. All right, let's go.
People were riding anything, so it was really pointless to do all those Velocicoaster and Tigers.
And we are headed in.
Okay, there's people on there.
There we are headed in.
Enjoy your night. Both sides are open.
Stage 33. All right, we are finally inside. First up is Surfer Boy Pizza. I am gonna stop over here and see what they have. Huge variety of different items themed around the houses, so super excited to check them all out. So first up is a Surfer Boy Tropical Dream Punch. Cruisin' rum, orange, pineapple, lime, passion fruit, grapefruit juice, vanilla bean, garnished with a pineapple gummy. Sign me up, I am all over it. And then pizza. I love pizza. All right, next up is Dia de los Muertes. Looks like a Fritos bag of taco salad kind of thing. And I am here for that. All right, we have a vegan walking taco, Fritos chips topped with vegan chorizo, shredded mozzarella, roasted corn salsa, black beans, sour cream, pico de gallo, shredded lettuce, and cilantro. All right, let's load up. All right, fried till the end chicken, fried popcorn, chicken tossed in Nashville sauce, drizzled with ranch, scallions, and chili threads. I am all over it. And next up, we have some sort of burger. I can't wait for that.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, I'm not a jelly guy.
Pretty much on a cheeseburger.
Okay.
So it's called a peanut butter bloody burger from what I read.
Okay. I'll grab it just to get it.
I'm really good. You should try it.
Smash burger with peanut sauce, raspberry jelly, cheddar cheese, shaved onion, jalapeno bacon, and cherry peppers on a vampire bun.
All right.
All right,
You
let's
doing
grab it. All right, we got our pizza, we got our taco in a bag, we got our chicken, and we got our burger. and we have our drink. So I'm gonna jump right in and see how it is. All right, first up is the vegan tacos. I myself am not a vegan, but I am here for tacos. Excellent. Chorizo and beans. Really good. All right, next up is the chicken with the chili threads. Really good. Nice little spicy kick to it. Not overpowering. Really cooked really well. I like it. All right, next up we got the Hawaiian pizza flatbread. Not bad. Jalapeno adds a nice little kick to it. Chicken is good. Oh yeah, there's some pineapple there in the corner. I'm not a big pineapple guy on my pizza, but I am a pizza guy, so being a pizza guy trumps being a pineapple eater. All right, last but not least is the burger. This one I was hesitant about. It is peanut butter and jelly. I am not a fan of jelly. She told me it wasn't overpowering, overbearing, that it actually wasn't too bad, so she talked me into it. Really good. She's right. Can hardly taste the jelly. Hey, we are getting the Bloody Campground poutine. We do also have a vegan option, but I am not opting for that one. We have a dessert option here, a Bloody Snowball, chocolate cake with marshmallow buttercream and decadent coconut. Looks really good. I thought it was like a sushi ball at first, but I'm all over it.
Diet Coke and electric.
Electric Death, yeah. All right, getting an Electric Death. They do have a Ghoul Juice here as well. Both look really good. They do have beer options here too. So excited to try out a new drink. And here we have some dessert options. We have a Hellfire Mini Cake, which is layered chocolate cake with mango cayenne filled with chocolate guitar. And then a trick-or-treat bucket. Chocolate creme brulee topped with peanut butter buttercream, caramel popcorn, candy corn, M&M's, Reese's Pieces, and licorice strip. And I am all over that. Let's get it. We do have some more desserts here. We have a mini pumpkin dulce de leche puff. Pumpkin and dulce de leche filled puff topped with whipped ganache, pumpkin seeds, and gold accents. And then this is the Mummy Oreo cheesecake pop. Oreo cheesecake with candy eyes. What do you think? Yep, loading up on dessert. Let's go.
I forgot about it.
This poutine might be one of my favorite things here. It's so good. Incredible. All right, time for dessert.
They're all real nice. It's been nice.
Everything looks fantastic. I can't wait to jump in.
Fear. I sense it now in this very room. There's no hiding it. I've seen you shaking in fear, yet begging for more. Well, if it's more that you want, surely there's something I can do for you. Some people like to avoid the dark. I like to show them what's inside of it. You practically worship those who've stood here before me. Doctors, directors, even clowns. But I don't want your worship. No, I want what you want. You desire fear. You wish to feel its power. You long for immortality. I can offer all this and more. For a price, of course. The price to join my collection of immortals? Why, your very soul. A fair trade to Dr. Oddfellow, don't you think? There is a man amongst you who has traded his soul and will join my collection of immortals. Eric Marshall, join me on stage. Eric has chosen to face his fear. Will you join us as this horror night begins?
Okay, at least you know a little bit what's going on. Before we leave, we got to talk a little bit about our plan for the evening. We have an assigned show for Nightmare Fuel at 11 o'clock. If we want to do it. I know the show is kind of polarizing for people. Either you kind of like it or you hate it. And I will say this year, it is similar in style to last year's. There are some slightly new things added. That'll kind of be the end of the night if we wanted to do the show. Or we could just all as a group decide we don't want to do the show. And that's okay too, because I know we have a limited amount of time. We gotta be wrapped up by midnight to see all 10 houses and the scare zones. Which, to be honest, we could go as fast as we want. If you're like, I want to be done in 5 houses in 45 minutes, I'm like, I can make that happen. But we're gonna not put us through those paces. I'm gonna stretch things out a little bit so we can enjoy ourselves. But before we go, I'll do my regular shtick. So actors will get very close to you. Actors will not touch you. They will get very, sometimes uncomfortably close to you. Please don't touch the actors. We like them. We want them to stick around for 9 weeks. And if something happens and you decide you want to get into a boxing match, I cannot help you. If security pays you a visit at the end of the house, say, it's okay, I'm without him. Doesn't help as well as you think it does. Trust me when I say that. We'll be stopping for drinks, although it appears nobody here has a drink. I don't know if we are a drinking crowd or not. Did you finish it?
They closed the bars like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so they forced you.
Yes.
It's the old wedding trick. Ah, I see. Sorry, bar's closed. Yeah, sorry. So we're gonna swing back by here, maybe get a couple of drinks if we like, relax some things a little bit. You can't take open drinks through the houses. You can take closed drinks. So bottles of soda, bottles of water are totally okay. And also the souvenir cups. If you get a souvenir cup, you can close that up. You can take those through the houses, no problem. What else? What else to tell you? Going through my Rolodex of things. I don't remember. If I remember, I'll tell you if there's anything else I need to give you a heads up on. I will be giving you a full rundown of each house before you go in it. I'll let you know at least what you're stepping into. If anyone is sensitive to any sort of horror-related things, including things like dead animals or dead children, I know those are touchy subjects. You can feel free to let me know, and I'll give you kind of a little rundown on some of those visuals. And I'll say you might not want to go through this house. It includes this and that. After that, if that being said, are you guys ready to head out?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it. I have a light stick that looks like this, and hopefully the batteries last the night. Yeah, I could also control planes if I come in. All right.
Lightsaber duel.
I could, which sometimes the tour guides do when they lock in the car. Vampires, you will notice Dr. Oddfellow in the scare zone come across this character that has scratches on his face. The scratches come into play a little later. That's when he had a very epic battle with Jack the Clown back in the 1930s. We'll talk about that later on. So this is Vamp 69.
All right, we are headed into our first house, and we are told it's a surprise. He's not even telling us which house it is, so I am here for it. I am excited. I am nervous. I can't wait.
Universal decided to do a whole house on Yetis. Terror on the Yukon. And it was all set in Yukon territory, lots of snow, very cold. The Yetis are back in their third year, Campground Kills. This is our third iteration of our Yeti franchise, if you will. We are wandering around, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on the mountain range. The Rocky Mountains. We're wandering around the Rocky Mountains. It's the 1950s. Campground. A dead Yeti has appeared. Rumor is a boy named Billy started playing with a baby Yeti and killed him, and the Yeti family is not very happy that they lost one of their babies. And so they are coming after all of you because they don't know who did it. One of the things I like about this house, our Yetis move. It's a little different than maybe some other theme parks in the local area. But this house is very campy. It's meant to be very cheesy in how you go through things. We're going to stumble upon an anniversary party. Yeah, I don't want to ruin too much, but let's do it. Especially a character that comes out that might not be scary, like the mom asking for Billy, where's Billy? She's trying to get your attention for a Yeti to maybe connect you.
That's
one other way. Yeah. All right, we're gonna head right into our next house. May 1999. Something magical happened. Islands of Adventure opened its doors for the first time, including one of my all-time favorite roller coasters, Dueling Dragons, opened up on that day. In June of 2010, that roller coaster changed names just slightly and changed a little bit of a theme. And then unfortunately in September of 2017, Dueling Dragons, or Dragon Challenge as it has come to be known, was gone for good. And the original house had an incredible story. And you guys are going to be walking through the story of Blizzrock versus Pyrock and Merlin. Merlin, the wizard, is trapped inside the Enchanted Oak. And he leaves his spell book unprotected. And so the wizards of Blizzrock, and Pyrock are both trying to steal the book, but Merlin put a spell on the book that says the closer you get to it, if you touch it, you'll turn yourself into a dragon. And so while the Blizzrock and Pyrock are fighting each other, also known as Fire and Ice, start fighting each other both in the human and dragon form. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank of this. As they're fighting each other, Merlin comes to and ends up fighting against either one of those. And that's where you guys get to choose thy fate, because just like the original Dueling Dragons, when we reach the end of the house, you get to choose which path you want to take, fire or ice. And in choosing your path, one of two things will happen. Either your ice or fire will defeat Merlin, or Merlin will defeat your wizard. So 4 different endings in this house. So did you guys choose thy fate?
Yes.
What was the fate that? Well, I think most of you chose ice. I want to say. No one chose that fire, because I chose fire. You guys chose fire?
Yep.
That's partly why you guys came ahead. The reason why I choose fire, it's shorter than ice. Just like the ride, fire is faster than it was. So, as a tour guide, I want to exit out before you guys, so I choose fire. Now, those that chose ice, did you see who won?
Yes.
Who won?
Ice. Merlin.
Merlin won? Yeah. In fire, the fire dragon won, holding Merlin's head. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
That changes throughout the night.
Yeah.
So you could. So there's 4 different endings, because Merlin could be holding the dragon's head, or vice versa, on either side. So, all right.
Awesome.
Got another house for summoning the devil and killing these kids. But that's not the case at all. There is a portal that has been open for previous seasons, which the kids call the Upside Down, and there is an entity down there called Vecna that is coming into this realm, and essentially, while he's killing people, he's doing it in a very intensive way. You start seeing a clock, and the clock starts counting down to your death before Vecna starts using his power to kind of mutilate your body and your skin. And Vecna is out for us. But the kids, including Eddie Munson, are going into the Upside Down with us to try and protect us from Vecna's curse. Yeah, come on down.
Stranger Things in a nutshell.
All right, I'm going to give us, collectively as a group, 2 options. All right. We can head on back out if anyone needs a restroom break, or if you want to hit up a bar, we could do that. Or we have 2 other haunted houses. One is right there, the other is right there. What do you think?
Do it.
The houses?
Yeah.
Knock those out and then go to the bar.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll head to the bar with the
Exorcist.
That's going to be
okay.
our next house. So there is a movie coming out October 6th, which is supposed to be October 15th, but Taylor Swift had a movie coming out that day. So they're like, we're not going to compete with Taylor Swift. We're going to move up Exorcist Believer. Exorcist Believer is a direct sequel to the original Exorcist movie. This movie follows two girls into their best friends. They go into the woods together and they don't come out for 3 days. No one knows where they were. They couldn't find them. Their parents are worried sick about them. When they returned and we finally found them, they were a little different than when they were before they left. They started showing some sort of They started showing some odd signs of demonic possession. The doctors don't know what to do. They've never seen anything like this. And one of the nurses remembers we had a case like this a long time ago. A woman named Chris McNeil, who was Reagan's mother in the original movie, she's the only person that might be able to help in this situation.
Oh no.
The movie hasn't come out yet. Obviously, we don't know the full extent of the movie. So the house is kind of like you're walking through a trailer. This house is also very scary. When we were doing our training on this, I remember like, all right, walking through, not that big a deal. Now with the actors and everything in it, it's pretty intense.
Okay.
All right.
I like intense.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Most of me on the floor is really intense. All right. Our next house, one of my favorites of this year, this is kind of what I think is going to be one of the sleeper houses. I'm going to have us come in a little bit closer because this is the exit of Exorcist. This is called Blood Moon Dark Offering.
Oh, nice.
This house takes place in the 1600s. There is a group of colonists that worship the moon. They think all the faces of the moon dictate their lives, their daily lives, or what they do, they shouldn't do. They also believe people that don't worship the moon are called the false-hearted. They're not important to them because they don't worship the moon. We are going through their colony during a big harvest festival, and tonight's the peak of the harvest festival. They demand a sacrifice from the false-hearted.
That's what you
Because it's the pinnacle point of their moon. It's a blood moon for them. And wouldn't you know it, you guys don't necessarily belong to their cult. To them, you guys are the false-hearted. So maybe it's one of you that are going to use the blood
I
sacrifice.
seem to be wandering into a lot of places I'm not supposed to be.
Hey, come meet my wife. This is my wife.
Characters has scratches on their face, which we'll get to a little later. I'll tell you why he's got scratches, but it'll change every night if you're like, oh man, this one character, this grandma character's got scratches on her face. Tomorrow might be somebody different. Who knows? This house specifically has scenes from Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and the sci-fi series Chucky. There's different kills from all three of those different properties. And Universal decided to honor Chucky by creating a haunted house for him at Halloween Horror Nights. And it wasn't very good. Chucky came and viewed the house early on and said, no one's being killed, and I hate this. Chucky decided he's going to spice it up a little bit by possessing hundreds of dolls inside this house to make sure he gets his ultimate kill count numbers up. So it's a very meta house. If anyone knows Chucky or Child's Play properties, Chucky is the conscience of a serial killer who inhabits a doll called the Good Guy Dolls. And so it's a very meta property. He's very aware of himself. He's very aware of the situation around him. Same thing in this house. He's aware that this is a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights. All right?
All right, I know you guys can't see anything, but we are heading into Chucky, and this is one of the few houses I have been excited to see. You guys heard the little preview. I am not allowed to record inside, so I'm going to turn the camera off, but I can't wait.
has a shipping company, and he is shipping creatures all over the world, some of which have arrived here at Shipyard 32, and one of which there's a big crate that has fallen off the crane, and the crate has been destroyed, and the monsters are now kind of scurrying amongst this area. This is our smallest scare zone. You can kind of see the end of it. That's by those green lights. But we're going to pass a big van that says Dr. Oddfellow's trademark on the right. He's got his little symbol. So he has control of the scare zone as well. There is also one of the creatures is Dr. Oddfellow. One of them has the signature scratches I was talking about. And I don't know which one it is, so I'll have to find them together. Minding our own business in Paris. Fortunately for us, 4 different Universal monsters have found their way to Paris, 2 of which live there. Hunchback of Notre Dame,
the werewolf,
in Paris, and Phantom of the Opera also lives in Paris. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are on tour showcasing his potion and discussing the duality of the mind, and his stop currently is in Paris. And then the Invisible Man is on the run from the law and has ended up in Paris. And so we're just kind of minding our own business as we come into all these different monsters of the years that are all out on the prowl this particular night that we're going to Paris. One thing of interesting of note, one of the reasons why these 4 monsters were kind of chosen this year, all of these monsters had their movies come out in years that ended in 3. 1913, 1923, 1933, and 1943.
Oh, wow.
What does it mean?
Exactly. There's a lot of 3s this year. The 3 vamps.
3 scare zones.
5 scare
5 scare
Oh,
zones.
5, okay.
But 5 is more than 3.
I've seen 3, so that's...
Okay,
roll with me.
For his
Universal
viewers.
monsters.
All right, let's roll in.
Specialty role where they work for 20 minutes at a time, and there are 3 actors that switch out over the course of the night and do that little fall. They work for 20 minutes, take a 40-minute break.
They're bungee people.
Yeah, the bungee people. It's pretty kind of grueling on their bodies, so they've kind of restricted it to 20 minutes at a time. Our next house, we're going to direct us over to the hit game Last of Us from PlayStation.
Woo!
Probably my favorite video game of all time that I've played.
Found it.
Yeah, it's so good. Has anyone never played The Last of Us or seen the TV show adaptation? If not, that's okay.
That's fine.
I'm going to kind of give you a brief description of what it is as best as I can. The show and the game revolves around 2 people, Joel and Ellie. It is a post-apocalyptic world, if you will. There is an infection. There is an infection of cordyceps that has taken over the world. And the world is kind of factored into different quarantine zones. There is a government that is set up to protect them from the infected called Fedra. And Joel, when the infection started, lost his daughter to the infection. A Fedra official killed his daughter, so he has a disdain for the federal government. He is hired some 20 years later to carry a girl named Ellie across the country to a hospital, because rumor is Ellie is immune to this infection. And the rebels that were called the Fireflies, they want to take her to a hospital, investigate why she might be immune to this infection, and hopefully create some sort of an antidote. And so most of the game is Joel carrying her across the country. Our house focuses on a very specific part in the game, Philadelphia. Pittsburgh. Focuses on the Pittsburgh portion of the game, where there's a lot of different creatures of infected. When you become infected, there's different stages depending on how far the infection is. You can become a runner, where you still have a little bit of life inside of you, and you are running from different places. The second is you're a clicker. You can no longer see or hear. You use echolocation to try and find different other creatures or humans. And finally, if you've survived the infection long enough, you become a bloater. That is a big, giant creature that is very difficult to run from or kill. And we're going to encounter lots of those in this house, including hunters, which are real people that are also trying to survive that consider you an enemy. And that's what we're going to see in this house. The Last of Us, just so good. So good. Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. This is really the start of the Dr. Oddfellow story. Jack the Clown, Jack Schmidt, is also lurking in this house somewhere, although we don't necessarily see his manifestation. We do see some projections that show a fight between Dr. Oddfellow and Jack the Clown. Jack the Clown is our icon, our most popular icon, that appeared in our event in the year 2000. It was our first in-house created icon. Definitely the most popular icon we have. Does anyone know Jack the Clown who we're talking about? If you've been to this event in the last couple of years, you've known Jack the Clown. Started in the year 2000. He popped out of a box, Jack in the Box, if you will. We're exploring where that Jack in the Box came from. It started in this haunted house, specifically this circus. Dr. Oddfellow has a traveling circus. The year is 1933. It is in the Dust Bowl of America, and nobody has any money, and everybody is bored. And people show up to this carnival and are not impressed. So Dr. Oddfellow invites some local townspeople to come in after hours. We're going to see what the show looks like after dark. It's a little more risque. And in the middle of this show, Dr. Oddfellow and Jack Schmidt have their little fight. And Dr. Oddfellow shoves Jack into his Jack in the Box. And in doing so, Jack's clawing at his face, scratches his face. Now, Dr. Oddfellow, at this point, has immortality, which he gets from the jungle, which we're going to see in a bit. But Jack's hoping that some of his blood, after he scratches his face, will fall on him, making him immortal as well. That's where the origins of really both characters comes from, is in this house. The first house we're going to go to, The Darkest Deal. Imagine a story of a bluesman, a blues singer named Pine Straw Spruce. You guys are his bandmates. Not very good, right off the bat. Not a great musician, plays hole-in-the-wall bars to very little people. But after a while, he starts getting a lot better, and he starts getting a lot more successful. And you start thinking there's something to this. And Pine Straw ended up signing a deal with some sort of a dark entity in order to elevate his status in exchange for his soul. And so we're going to see his path, and also into the Dark Entities realm, where other musicians are held as well. Interesting. Both of these are a lot of fun. And we're going to head down this way.
Love this feature over here. Mel's Dine-In, Mel's Die-In. Absolutely love it. Lock it in.
Since we're all here together, do you wish to be immortal? Do you wish to fear no more? Very good. Well, all I ask in return is very simple, and that's your soul. I think that's a fair trade, is that right? Oh, is that right? Well, good to have you all here. I wish for you all to be along my side. May you be all immortal. May you follow with my oddities. Your soul will be bent to my will. But don't worry, for I have a higher place for every single one of you. All you have to do is head through the vault. And that is where I will be waiting. You see, the Zodiacs, for years, they've had power over each and every one of you, but no longer will they have that power. I have that power. Where are my fire signs? Water signs? Earth signs? And of course, air signs.
Alright, it is kind of dark, but we are in the
Winding down.
store, doing some shopping. We are here with our BDM, Lynette. Lynette, say hi.
Hey guys. So Paul, while we're going through the store, tell them what your favorite house was. Why?
Favorite house was probably The Last of Us.
Okay.
And then the second one was the, what was the one of all the monsters?
Yes.
What was the name of it?
That one?
That one, yeah.
Universal's Monsters Unmasked.
Yeah, Monsters Unmasked.
So this was your second favorite and this was your first favorite.
Yes, yep,
Would you look at that?
yep.
How perfect.
So it had The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, Werewolf. It was
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Totally, every single area of that house was just incredible. And Last of Us, you know, nostalgia, the video game and the TV show was just 10 out of 10, so I loved it. Alright guys, that is going to do it for Halloween Horror Nights RIP tour. Alright guys, that is going to do it. I am not going to give you my countdown of favorite horror houses from top to bottom. I'm going to reflect on it and let you know, and I will add that to the video. But thank you so much for following along. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And as always, make sure you smash the like button as well. It always helps with us creating new content like this. So thank you so much for following along, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good night, guys. All right, guys, Future Paul here. I've slept on it, and I've thought about it, and kind of wanted to just give you a roundup of some of my favorite houses at Halloween Horror Nights. So I'm going to first give 3 honorable mentions in no particular order. First one I'm going to say was Universal Monsters Unmasked. Absolutely loved it. I thought the decor inside was beautifully done with, you know, kind of the whole Paris vibe. And the monsters were really detailed and realistic. So loved that one. Next one would probably be Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. I am new to the Dr. Oddfellow lore, but I got sucked right into the storyline throughout the whole night, and that house absolutely delivered. Huge fan of like the whole clown circus vibe for haunted houses, so that fit right in for me. I absolutely loved it. Next one, this was very close to getting into my top 3. Blood Moon Dark Offerings, I thought was extremely twisted and really gory. It had a whole cult backstory to it, which if anyone has watched horror movies, cults and human sacrifices are pretty gruesome and intense. Fantastic house. The whole vibe, it was just perfectly done. Loved it. Jumping into the top 3, starting with number 3, I am going to go with Stranger Things. I thought it was done very well. There was a couple of points in the walkthrough that, you know, people did jump out and scare me, but the whole design, and I really felt like I was right in the TV show. It was pretty good. I really liked it. I can see why it's been a big hit this season. And number 2 for me was The Last of Us. I am a big fan of the show, and I've probably played 5 video games in the last 15 years, and The Last of Us just happened to be one of them, and I absolutely fell in love with the video game and just made the whole transition into the TV show smoother. But the house is based off the game, not the show. Nonetheless, fantastic. You had clickers, you had bloaters, you had everything. The whole storyline of going through was just fantastic. Joel looked realistic. It just perfectly done. I know they're coming out with a season 2, but it'd be great to have them incorporate the show into a future house, because I need more of The Last of Us. And number 1 house for me was The Exorcist. This Exorcist house was based off of the new Exorcist movie that's just coming out now in the fall of 2023. And the movie at this time isn't even out yet. So this walkthrough was essentially like a preview to the movie. This house was gruesome, gory, scary, just really twisted, really messed up in a good way. You know, if anyone who loves horror, it blew me away. I walked through some rooms. There was one room where 2 girls were sitting in chairs back to back. Don't want to give anything away, and there's a scene going on. Really messed up, and the special effects and makeup and design of the room, of the characters, straight out of a movie. Fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Hands down, whenever I think back to that, it was definitely my favorite. All the houses were great. You know, the Yeti was fun. Chucky was fun. There were a lot of houses that were, Dueling Dragons was really cool. There's a lot of houses that were, I walked through and I was like, oh, that was nice. But these 6 really stood out to me, and then especially these top 3. They were just perfect. All right, guys, and that is going to do it for my review for Halloween Horror Nights. I am so sorry that this took so long to produce. It's been a chaotic couple of weeks up here in Massachusetts, so I appreciate your patience if you've actually been waiting for this video to be released. So thanks again for following along. If you are new to the channel, please do not hesitate to click the subscribe button, and as always, make sure you click the like button on videos like this. It always helps create new content. We've got some other trips coming up on the pipeline, so hopefully you guys will be following along for the next one. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for watching, and safe travels.